Another week of pop culture has come and gone, and the topics this week are very interesting. Colleen Ballinger's name is still making its way through the media. Ariana Grande was jumped by a so-called fan during the Wicked premiere, and then this kind of brings me into my next topic, which is just all things Cynthia and Ariana. So let's dig up these receipts and get into it. So last week we talked about Colleen Ballinger going on the Tea Time podcast with Raven and Miranda. Backlash came quick for all three of them. The hosts were dragged in the comments for even giving Colleen a platform again. And you guys, Trisha Paytas has come out and spoken on her podcast all about it. A little background on Trisha and Colleen. They at one point had a podcast together which did not last long. They filmed with each other on both platforms multiple times, and I believe Trisha thought at one point that they were really good friends. But unfortunately, Colleen ended up sharing Trisha's OF photos to so-called fans and made fun of her, which is horrible. Some of the people that Colleen shared photos with are minors, which just ties into everything that she did alongside of her scandal. Trisha alleges Colleen was making fun of her and having viewing parties where others looked at her OnlyFans content to mock her. And then, of course, none of this was actually brought up on the Tea Time podcast when they interviewed Colleen. And then this ended up being one of the issues discussed in the comments.
Like, yes, this person sent my nudes to make fun of me to fans.
A big discussion throughout all of this is how Colleen needed lots of guidance during the interview, and no apology was going to come until Raven actually told her to apologize.
And because when I watched it, I was shocked. I mean, the interviewers were literally handing her the talking points as she was going through it, because we know she's not going to apologize. She's not going to say anything different. It's just exactly the same where she was all throughout this process. But the way they were like trying to give her excuses and instead of just asking questions, they were giving her the talking points that are completely PR and a way.
Yeah, I don't think it's their fault. I think they're like, it was like a setup to kind of make it.
But I don't know if so much as a fault as part of the plan. Like they, like whatever the PR machine is, they were either hired or like they were part of it. Like the way they came about it was very specific. And when you read everything they said and every question, they were literally telling her like, well, maybe what you did wasn't, malicious, but it was just bad judgment. Maybe like they were talking.
They're framing it.
Another part they talked about was Colleen changing the narrative of what happened with the sending of the lingerie and how she completely lied, trying to put the blame on Adam.
The way they frame all those things.
This is what I'm saying is like, how about just don't even talk about it? Like if you're just gonna keep sidestepping or like just lying about it, just sidestep it completely miss it. If this was a PR interview or any interview, just be like, edit that question out, because like it's proven. There's clips proven. Like that's what I'm saying. When there's like hard concrete, there's no way you can misinterpret it, right? There is a clip originally put out where it looked like Adam McIntyre was asking for underwear on like this like stream that like Corey and Colleen were doing. The clip was edited. In the full clip, it was them, specifically Corey, being like, Adam should wear the underwear because it would like look good on him or something like that, right? So it's like they were the ones initiating the sending the underwear of. So it's like, I think that's what's so frustrating.
Colleen hardly gave an apology to the victims of her and couldn't even mention any of their names. It's crazy to think that we're still talking about this 2 years later, and it's crazy that 2 years later she still can't even apologize properly.
I think people want an apology. I think people want for you to acknowledge the things that happened on stage. I hope that you give that to them.
I agree with you. I think that they do want an apology, and I am sorry. And here's the thing, is when you mess up and when you make a mistake and do something wrong, sometimes you gotta keep apologizing.
What is your guys' thoughts on Colleen Ballinger, and when do you think she's gonna finally put this to rest and let it go? Now, of course, we have to get into everything about Wicked. I wanted to talk about Ariana Grande next. Recently, she was at a premiere for Wicked for Good, held in Singapore, and the entire Wicked cast was there. As they were walking within the crowd down the yellow brick road, they were waving to everyone, signing autographs, and out of nowhere, this man jumps into Ariana Grande, jolting her and jumping around. Fortunately, she wasn't hurt, and Cynthia came to defend her before any of the security was able to get there. She was so quick. The guy's name is Johnson Wen, aka Pajama Man, and a troll is all we can really call him. And you guys, this is not the first time he's done something like this. He was the same guy who jumped on stage with Katy Perry back in the summer. He also did this to The Weeknd and Chainsmokers. And this time his punishment was spending 9 days in jail, which lots say was not enough time. I can't imagine how Ariana and the cast are feeling because it's just so crazy when things like this happen. Ariana has been through a lot of scary things over the years and it's just another one of them. She does have a great support system there for her, especially her friend Cynthia. And then this kind of ties into my next topic, which is just Cynthia and Ariana as a duo. Even if you aren't a fan of Wicked, it's hard not to have videos of it and press videos of the cast pop up on your screen from time to time. The dynamic between Ariana and Cynthia is one that has been talked about since the first Wicked came out and the beginning of the press tours. I think this all started when the holding space meme came out, and after that the conversation has just grown.
This week people are taking the lyrics of Defying Gravity and really holding space with that.
I didn't know that was happening.
I've seen it, yeah.
That's really powerful. I didn't know that was happening.
Now, in my opinion, I think they're just really good friends who have had years of filming together and they're finally having their moment to promote what they worked so hard on. However, other people may disagree. There has been lots of talk online about the way Cynthia is towards Ariana and vice versa. However, mostly about Cynthia maybe being a little overprotective.
Every day he would come on the set and go, "Today we get to do Popular. Can you believe that we're doing Popular today? It's going to be so great." That joy he wanted to infuse in every frame so that when you've experienced the film in every single frame. So I wanted to say.
And then there was the time that Cynthia was adjusting Ariana's necklace mid-interview, kind of interrupting the whole thing. Over time, there's been tons of posts from creators slightly poking fun at the interviews.
What we chose to do with the roles was something that I think that should be studied.
Yeah.
Where are you from? Dayton, Ohio.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It has been an honor to stand by Cynthia. Actually, I'm a little hungry.
Oh, she's hungry. This is okay. We'll come back.
Thank you, ladies, so much for being here. No. Thank you for having us here. How was your trip over here? Oh no. Oh no, did something bad happen?
Oh no, it's fine. Cynthia, she's Cynthia.
Sorry, one second.
Sorry, it's gonna drive her crazy.
There we go, much better.
She just always has everybody's back.
Over time, the interviews have become a bit much. However, it doesn't mean it won't be an amazing film. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm eager to hear, and I'll talk to you the next one. Bye!